Welcome back, everyone. You're going to be hearing that 3 times from me this week, as we have our coverage tonight, possible coverage tomorrow, and possible coverage. You're going to be hearing that Friday. Let me turn off this duplicate so you guys don't have to hear me twice. A few seconds behind. Let's go ahead and get this show on the road. I'll walk you through what we're dealing with tonight. What's alongside me is the amazing LL Sing 222. How do you like our new graphics, guys? We're debuting these for the first time tonight. At the top, you've got a little ticker there. It shows you today's threat. You can read it very slowly if you'd like. Apologies, I'm back. As I was saying, at the top we have a little ticker there. Reads off today's threat. You can read it very slowly. I might adjust the speed on that depending on what we want, because I don't know if that'll be a good speed for you guys. I could speed it up, but some people read slower. At the bottom right hand corner, you've got the current time and date. It's never going to line up. Sorry, I worded that bad. The time and date are going to be accurate. The little text boxes are never going to line up, and we're just going to have to accept that fact. If you have really bad OCD, I'd suggest you not looking at that. Toward the middle bottom of your screen, we have a live alert counter. This is new. I actually coded that myself. You guys would be very proud of me. Shows the amount of total alerts, severe thunderstorm warnings, tornado warnings, PDS tornado warnings, and tornado emergencies. That updates every 5 seconds with fresh data from the National Weather Service field offices. The total alerts will look a little saturated because that includes, I believe that includes like watches and everything, and that's like 1 watch per county that it's included in. So that's going to look really saturated because we've got the severe thunderstorm watch, a tornado watch over portions of Texas, Oklahoma, and Kansas. And we have plenty of red flag warnings, wind advisories, stuff like that. It's really, if you're on the western United States from Colorado, New Mexico, into portions of Texas, Oklahoma, and Kansas, really not a good idea to burn right now because you are under red flag warnings and such. Also, check out this new video I made yesterday. Details the differences between a watch and a warning. Let's go ahead and give it a watch. I might have lied to you. I don't know how to. I don't know how to make it play.
Probably the biggest question in weather history is, what's the difference between a watch and a warning? Today, you'll find out. A tornado or severe thunderstorm watch is issued when conditions are favorable for tornadoes or severe thunderstorms. A watch issuance means that a tornado or thunderstorm is not currently in your area. However, this is your time to prepare. Prep your storm shelter. Make sure your devices are charged. Review your emergency plan with your family, and gather all necessary supplies. As a reminder, a tornado or severe thunderstorm warning can be issued at any time. A warning, on the other hand, means that a tornado or severe thunderstorm is ongoing. When a warning is issued, move to your storm shelter. Tune into local radio, TV, or other source of weather news for the latest information and when it will be safe to come out of your shelter. Remain calm and prepare yourself for when it's time to emerge from your shelter. Staying weather aware will keep you and your loved ones safe.
Welcome back, everyone, from our little 5-second video adventure. I'm sure you loved hearing me talk.
Of course.
We did just notice something. LL over here brought up a very good point. Does look like a new tornado watch has been issued for portions of Missouri and some very eastern counties of Kansas. This was not previously in effect. This was issued about 5 minutes ago. So we'll be keeping an eye on this area too for potential development of tornadoes and severe thunderstorms throughout the next few hours.
Yeah, that's definitely some movement there, I guess.
We have lots of some mesoscale discussion concerning the watch. Got a lot of stuff popping up over here. I'll take you over to my secondary radar. Show you what I'm looking at. I'm over here working and you guys can't even see me. We got a lot of activity showing up here. This is a considerable severe thunderstorm warning. Looks like it's almost a little line here that's bowing out, and those wind speeds are looking rough. See if we can get accurate wind speeds from that right now. Let's see. All right, so we don't have any meters close, I'd say, to that warning. Out ahead of it, you've got 17 and 21 mile an hour sustained wind speeds. Back behind you, you've got 13 mile an hour sustained wind speeds. So this is definitely the radar velocity. If we take a look at that, that is about 60 miles an hour, but of course that's radar velocity. If any of these start to bow out and become individual cells, we'd be looking at those for potential tornadic activity. Once again, no tornado warnings as of right now, just a lot of severe thunderstorms popping up around the area. We've got our main threat for today being discrete cells. We love them discrete cells.
Now, did we talk about the difference between the warning and the watch?
Yeah, we showed that video
a
few minutes ago. Brand new video. First, you guys heard it, saw it first right here.
I've been looking at these that say expire in 6 hours, but I just noticed this new one that popped up there says something about expiring in 19 hours.
That'll be a flood watch.
Tornado watch in 7 hours, flood watch in 19 hours, yes.
Yeah, so in some parts of Missouri, eastern counties of Kansas, you guys are under flood watches because you guys are going to get a lot of rain.
Yeah.
Oh, and guys, about how long ago would it be now? 28 minutes ago, we saw the successful launch of the Artemis II rocket. I'll throw that video up on screen. I actually watched this live right before the live stream here. Take a look at this.
Now bound for the moon. Humanity's next great voyage begins.
Am I able to do a split screen on here and see anything that you're watching or no?
I can probably set that up.
Houston now controlling the flight of Integrity on the Artemis II mission around the moon.
Integrity, AMT high.
Checking some of these to make sure they're all tornado watches expires in 6 hours type thing.
Integrity passes the alternate MECO. Target milestone. Mission Control Houston seeing good performance before mid-engines.
Pretty
Space
much
launch
the
system
same.
core stage. Integrity, 3 miles in altitude.
Now bound for the
Yeah,
moon.
so you just saw the
Humanity's next
launch
great
of the Artemis II rocket. It was pretty cool to watch live. They had a camera down right above where the actual rocket was. I believe that got melted to shreds because we lost the feed shortly after you saw the fireball. Fun thing to watch. The first time where the United States has sent people to the moon in 70 something years. I don't even remember the number now. We're going to the moon
Can't
for
be
the first
quite
time.
70 because they sent somebody to the moon when I was little.
Well, I thought you could be right. Let's Google here. When's the last time they sent someone to the moon? Oh, 50 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That
that's
sounds
a more
about right.
accurate number than 70.
See, it's good to have somebody like me that has a little bit of old-timey knowledge.
I knew it was a nice round number like that. I just didn't remember the exact one.
I knew it couldn't be 70 because, like I said, I remember when I was younger, they had a couple rockets that they shot off, you know.
Yeah.
We could always watch it good because we were in Miami, Florida. They were doing it from what they called back then Cape Canaveral and then Cape Kennedy, and I don't know what they're calling it now.
I don't know. I think people use them interchangeably. I think it's still Cape Canaveral. It's the Kennedy Space Center that they launch them from.
They might have changed, you know, some of it, or they might have just had different things they were saying.
I'd like to take you guys over here to West Virginia on my main monitor screen because we're gonna take a look at a tornado possible severe thunderstorm warning. 3/4 inch hail observed, 70-mile-an-hour winds observed. The damage threat is considerable. This expires in 4 minutes. But I figured it was nice to make a note of it because this storm is going to continue. If we take a look at velocity, no rotation. Correlation coefficient is going to show maybe some hail production. We're really far out from any radar sites here. So in this little area right here, we're relying on the Pittsburgh radar, but there's an area about this size that radar coverage is going to be hard to come by. So we're just going to do the best we can. As I'm talking, the National Weather Service has issued a new severe thunderstorm warning. Dropped the tornado possible tag, but it's still 70-mile-an-hour winds observed. The damage threat's still considerable. Hail, 3/4 inches. That has been dropped down to radar indicated as opposed to observed. So maybe not producing as much hail. But we'll...
It looks like a small area, so maybe it will dissipate pretty quick.
If we take a look at the history of this storm, if my radar scans ever load, we were just having the issue you guys might have saw on the starting soon screen. My radar scans are being very slow to load today. I'm not sure what the reason behind that is, but we're gonna roll with it. You guys might have to wait a minute for this historical to load. Here we go. Take a look at the evolution of this storm. It actually does look to be dissipating. About an hour ago, if we head back to the very start, this same cell was producing pretty rough looking hail as it moved through Harrisville, West Union. It's over West Union right now. Going to move into Salem and Clarksburg, where once again it has dissipated. If you look at the history, I believe right in here it was its strongest at about 6:32 as it moved through north of Harrisville, moving through Pennsboro, continued and dissipated. So I can see how dropping the tornado possible tag made sense for the meteorologists at the National Weather Service.
Are we seeing any movement yet?
What do you mean?
I mean, is it moving to a different area or just kind of pretty much stationary right now?
Majority of them are kind of staying in the same spot. New special weather statement over here for half-inch hail and 40-mile-an-hour winds. West of Leon, moving into Ripley. That would be in West Virginia.
Hmm.
Looks like this little cell sprung up here, so we'll see where that takes us. We'll
So what have we got going on here in North Carolina?
believe that special weather statement you're looking at would be for increased fire danger.
Oh, okay.
That's what I have my bets on. When you take a look at it.
Whatever it is, it expires in 45 minutes.
Yep, increased fire danger for all of central North Carolina from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m.
Okay.
We'll take you through the... That's not what I meant to do. Let me pull up my keyboard shortcuts again, because we know I have a habit of forgetting them. It would be shift and not control. That's important to remember for next time. We will take you into our computer models, and we're going to take a look at what's going to be happening throughout the future. We'll hone in on the Texas, Oklahoma, and Kansas storms, and then we'll head up to West Virginia, those areas in the Northeast, and see how those are going to dissipate throughout the next few hours. I'm going to very slowly load my radar scans. So yeah, we'll start to see rapid storm development here. This is within the next hour or so. We'll see these individual cells starting to fire off in Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Missouri. We'll see those continue. I believe their peak is going to be around between 8 and 9 o'clock.
It seems to be the time for most everything.
Yeah. Our tornado watch will expire at 12 a.m. Central Daylight Time. And those storms will kind of make their way out. Let's take a look over at these West Virginia, Pennsylvania storms. As these dissipate, they'll be out of your area by 10, at the very most 11 o'clock. You'll hear some rumbles of thunder, but that'll be it. Man, I'm going to give it to you. I'll be back in a few minutes.
Okay. So I was mainly trying to check on some of these different areas. It seems to be that they have a lot of rain, a lot of showers, a lot of wind. Nothing specific right away. Probably developing in the next hour or so. It's after 7 o'clock now. Can't really tell you as much as he can tell you when he's on there, but like I said, it's just, good size wind, some hail, some rain, probably a good bit of flooding in flooding areas. Oh, we just had something pop up and change colors here. Let me see if I can figure out what's going on. Severe thunderstorm warning expires in 41 minutes. 1.25-inch hail, 70-mile-an-hour winds. And that is right there in Altus and Childress. hail, 70-mile-an-hour winds. And that is there again. That's just there, high winds and a chance of anything. Altus. And everything's Childress, expiring in 41 minutes. Hail, thunderstorm warning, severe thunderstorm warnings. Then it says expires in 11 minutes. Tornado watch is still on for 6 hours. So we're going to keep an eye out on everything for y'all. Going to try to report as much as we can. I'm looking at a picture with heavy rain in Red Rock, Noble County, Oklahoma. Very, very heavy rain. Dark, cloudy skies. No major sights of anything yet, so that's a good thing. That I was just looking at was in Enid, Oklahoma. As you can tell, we're not from this area, so some of these names sound different to us, and we have trouble pronouncing them, figuring out what they are. But that's because we're from South Carolina. Okay, 50-mile-an-hour winds, hail, half a dollar size, half-inch size or whatever, and that's over in the Childers area. Hobart and Altus. I'm gonna check Springfield. Springfield has tornado watch, expires in 7 hours. It's not telling me much on that. All of that over there in Missouri is 7 hours. Expires in 7 hours, looks like. Let's check Salem here. Kind of on the edge, yeah. Tornado watch expires in 7 hours. Expires in 7 hours. Flood watch 19 hours. So they're expecting a good bit of rain in that area and have capabilities of everything flooding. Wichita Falls tornado watch expires in 6 hours. Hail 60% is what it's telling me. I'm not sure what that means. We'll have to talk to Dylan about that and find out. Going back and checking over here at West Virginia, not seeing a lot going on over there either right now. Still have the tornado watch, severe thunderstorm watch, expires in 37 minutes. Lawton has the same thing. Tornado watch expires in 6 hours. Tulsa, Oklahoma. Let's see what it says. 6 hours tornado watch.
Okay, I'm pleased to inform the public that I've returned.
Very good. I'm glad you did because I was running out of things to find out here.
Okay.
Oh, we just had a change. Did you see that?
I did not.
Check right there where Missouri was at. Oh, it popped back out.
That's refreshing. They probably updated that.
Oh, okay. Okay, it just disappeared and then it popped back out and it's circled. It's surrounded in white.
I've spent the past few minutes trying to find information, any pictures or videos, but I have failed to do so. So we're going to
Oh.
talk about the rockets again. Okay? I'm going to take you back to my radar, and we're going to take a look at the satellite. And I was just pointing this out before we began our broadcast tonight, that the rocket actually going up into space is visible from our satellites. So we're going to give this few minutes for these frames to play out. And we're going to see, I don't know if you saw that. This is the Cape Canaveral Space Force Station. You'll see our crew right here. This is their little trail where they are launching up into space. Looks like a little sausage. Yes, that's pretty cool. You can see the launch from our satellites. Really cool stuff.
I'm glad that you have some of that footage.
Yeah. I wish the weather would yield us something better to talk about right now than space shuttles on satellite. That's pretty cool. But we are here at the end of the day to cover the weather. And, oh, speaking of which, we're going to keep an eye on this little guy, this little cell right here moving into Kingsford, Oklahoma, because it's taking on a pretty nice, interesting shape here. We do have hail signatures. We'll take a look at storm relative velocity just to see rotation. Rotation looks to be minimal, so there's no tornado possible tag on this, but this is 1.25 inch hail observed and 60-mile-an-hour winds on radars. This is a considerable damage threat moving into Kingsfield, Oklahoma. So I'll just put a track on that for your convenience.
Where is that at? I'm looking at the map and I do not see it anywhere.
That would be... You're in the general area. I don't know how to describe it to you. Zoom in on that cell to the very southwest. There you go. Your cursor's right on it.
Watauga?
Yeah, the one east of Watauga.
Okay. Tennessee? Yeah, oh, I see. His face was covering that up right there.
Okay, yeah.
And I couldn't see it. I see it now.
All right.
But I'm
so-
thinking if I can't see it, maybe the other people on the maps can't see it either if they're following along. So yeah, that's why I ask.
So the storm's gonna be moving into Kingsfisher. Did I say King? What did I say when I said that town name? Did I say Kingsfisher or
don't
did I
know.
say something else? I feel like I said something else.
I can't see it all because his face is covering that.
Yeah,
I see the
think
king part.
I think I read Kingsfield when I first said that.
Kingsfisher. Okay,
Yeah,
I see it.
apologies if you guys live in Kingsfisher. I just butchered your town name. Kingsfisher in 35 minutes, Dover in 42 minutes. These are pretty slow moving storms. So you just clock this thing moving at a whopping 31 miles an hour.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's not bad. I mean, that's kind of a good thing, really, because if it was moving faster, it could cause more damage.
Well, you have positives, you have negatives. Your positives would be the people out ahead of the storm get more warning. The negatives would be potential to cause actually more damage in the areas it's currently affecting.
Right.
I wish we had a hotkey for storm relative velocity. I would like to. I cannot find it for the life of me. Storm. Yeah, there's not one. That would be a
Are
nice
you
thing
checking
to
out
see.
any of these people that are chasing them?
I've not checked out any chasers yet. I'm looking at this storm right above the cell we were just looking at. Possible rotation on this guy. This does not have a tornado possible tag on it. Moving into Marshall, Perry, Oklahoma, and Stillwater eventually. We just got a new scan. We'll see if that includes velocity. It does not. We'll wait a few minutes for that to come in. Reflectivity, it is not taking shape as a tornadic supercell that I'm going to keep an eye on. I'm going to make a mental note. This is golf ball sized hail. Okay, radar indicated 60-mile-an-hour winds as well. Damage threat considerable. We have a storm report out in front of that for 1-inch hail. And 6 miles northwest of Mulhall and Logan. I'm reading that. I'm probably reading that wrong. It was 33 minutes ago.
I apologize to everybody. I told them we were from South Carolina, so we don't always know these names.
That
We
would
have to
be
figure it
accurate.
out.
Yeah, so these guys are... I'm looking at these pretty closely. This guy, for potential rotation, we just got actually a new scan in. So let's take a look. So we still have a couplet. Very, very faint rotation couplet. On storm relative velocity, we see the same thing. So storm relative velocity takes out the motion of the storm. So we're literally just seeing winds as they're relative to the radar. And as you can see, our normalized rotation, this is a new product we got, just got added here last week, I believe. There's a good amount of rotation here where you can see the kind of where this inflow is on the storm. So I'm keeping a very close eye on that. This one down here to its south, the hail now says observed. I don't know if that said that. I think I said that a second ago. That is observed golf ball size hail. As you can see, that's relative to what we're seeing on the radar. This guy, there's no concern for rotation here.
Now, when we're looking at the rotation and everything, we're looking at these orange squares, right?
What do you mean?
The areas that have these orange squares.
That'd be your tornado watch.
Okay, that's not actual rotation situation.
No. That's just possible. That
Right,
there's rotation
okay.
there.
Just making sure.
Yeah, they're pretty tall clouds here. 50,000 feet up on this storm over Marshall. That's actually pretty old data from 10 minutes ago. So new scans just came in. Not a new velocity scan. We're going to wait on that. Possibly just another minute here before that comes in.
I'm seeing a couple that say expire in 5 hours, so they are shrinking up in some places. Yeah. Okay, this Cheyenne expires in 5 hours. Have you noticed that?
I've not. New velocity scan just came in. Still a faint rotation couplet. I'm watching this guy, because I feel like this could potentially be our first tornadic cell of the night. But I'm going to take you over just to the south and west of these little two discrete cells, because we're going to take a look at this little line of straight line winds that are currently moving through Oklahoma. They're moving through Altus, Mangum, Hobart, Snyder, Frederick, Mountain Park. You can see, and this is relatively slow moving. This radar data is from within the past hour, but I'm watching the new scans come in, and the movement is very marginal. So this wind and hail is going to do some damage, I believe. Humongous severe thunderstorm warning. And that would be 1.25 inch hail, 70-mile-an-hour winds, radar indicated. Updating our tornado watch right now. I'm unsure what that's for.
Good.
Updated just now. No visible differences.
Right. We're always willing to report it and tell you what's going on, but we're glad when there's not any visible changes, because that means at least y'all are in less danger over there with everything, right?
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna keep an eye on these winds moving through. I'll put a big, gigantic track on this so we can see moving forward. This is as far out as my track will go, moving at 45 miles an hour. Once again, a slow-moving storm. This is going to hit Altus in 19 minutes, Snyder in 48 minutes, Cache in about an hour. If it continues, it could move through Norman and Oklahoma City. That is its next targets, especially Norman. In about 3 hours, if this thing holds up. New velocity scan. Check those out. Still
they
a
saying
rotation
is-
couplet. A pretty decent rotation. We're starting to see an inflow. Are we watching the inflow? There's the inflow. So we're starting to see it. And I wouldn't be surprised if this went tornado possible from the National Weather Service. I really don't know how it's not already. Most storms from tonight that have a faint rotation couplet have been marked with that tornado possible tag.
Hmm. Kingfisher, Oklahoma. There's some interesting cloud coverage there.
Is that a shelf cloud that you see?
Kinda, yeah.
Looking like it
Possible.
looks kind of like one.
Yeah. Looks like it's trying to be one.
Yeah.
Are you seeing that?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at.
Mm-hmm. Ponca City, Kay County, has got just hard rain.
Yeah, I'm gonna let them take a look at what you're seeing. I'm looking for information right now anyway.
Yeah. You finding out any more information?
I cannot. No.
It looks like everything up there in the Missouri part has kind of scattered about. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, the storms up there are gonna be pretty isolated.
Yeah, we just had a little pop-up square there next to Nevada. Let me see if I can find out anything about that.
This is pretty funny. I'm gonna pull you guys back to what I'm looking at. This was NATOcasts, and I saw people talking about this. I didn't actually get a chance to see the outlook until just now. This is NATOcast's day one outlook for today at 18Z. So that would have been 2 o'clock today. I don't know if it brought this back down. Look at that, a 15% significant tornado risk over Oklahoma, right over Oklahoma City and Norman. So NATOcast, a lot of people say NATOcast was on something.
Did you say at 1800?
18 Zulu. So 2 o'clock.
Oh. How's that 2 o'clock? Should
So
be 6 o'clock.
Zulu time is 4 hours ahead of Eastern time.
Oh, okay. I forgot about that. I'm sorry.
Very good. So yeah, I don't. Let's look and see if they brought this back down. I'm gonna go search for that because I'm curious. That I believe that's the new. Was that the new models? Yes, that was the 2022 regular models. What's it? NATO cast. NATO cast seems to be pretty accurate for the most part. I mean, who knows? It could be accurate on this one too. You never know. You never know.
Oh, we have a Joplin here. Let me see what they got going on.
Would that be Joplin, Missouri?
Yes. Tornado watch expires in 6 hours. Not giving me a lot of information on that.
Coming up on the 15-year anniversary of the Joplin tornado here in about less than 2 months.
Oh, wow. You know, like I said, everything in Missouri looks like it's kind of scattered about more than what it was at first.
Yeah.
You don't see as many red patches and yellow patches and stormy areas and high winds and all that quite as much. Unless I'm looking at it wrong.
So yeah, it would be the Sigtor tornado. I don't believe there's been an outlook since 18Z today. But yeah, this is the most up-to-date NATO cast outlook, predicting 15% risk for tornadoes with a hatched area. That's crazy.
Wow.
Close out some of the stuff I don't need.
I think this is going to be a slow moving thing, and we're probably not going to see a whole lot,
Yeah.
if anything. And it's just going to slowly move around. That's what it looks like so far. I get a lot of these areas that say no data. Do you get that?
Yeah, it's because you're not looking at your things out over anything with notable data right now.
Oh, okay.
I guess since we don't have anything to talk about in the present, well, I could be wrong. Give me a second.
Did something pop up?
I hadn't taken a look at this storm over here that we previously said was rotating. It's still rotating to some degree, and this is my ground level tilt. This is not higher elevations. We can take a look at the higher elevations. So it actually looks like the rotation intensifies the lower you go. You don't see that very often. I'm going to keep my radar screens on this. And on my other monitor, we're going to pull you over to it. We're going to take out all of these warnings. Get them out of the way. We're going to take out our beloved radar towers. And we're going to take a look at tomorrow's SPC outlook. So, Illinois, Iowa. I just said Illinois. Whoops. Illinois and Iowa, you are under the enhanced risk for severe weather tomorrow. This is what I want to point out. The tornado risk, a 10% tornado risk with a hatched area. Now, I'm not telling you how to interpret the guidance given by the National Weather Service. However, we have seen a lot of, with the new system, we've seen a lot of hatched areas that didn't really turn out to produce any strong tornadoes. I'm not saying to take the hatched area with a grain of salt. I'm just saying that's kind of how it's been. But the 10% risk of tornadoes, I think, did catch a few people off guard. We have a 30% wind risk and a 15% hail risk moving into tomorrow. Day 3, Friday, another enhanced risk. Iowa, Missouri, and you guessed it, Illinois are under the gun for this one as well. We can't see tornado, wind, or hail outlooks this far out, but tomorrow morning we'll have outlooks for that. Yeah, that's the setup. We can take you to the computer models. Get our long range NAMNES. We're not going to look at the RFS because it's pretty delusional in what it thinks. If these radar scans overload. All right, while the radar scans are loading, we're going to take you back to the current radar because we just got a new scan and rotation. You heard me right, rotation starting to appear on the storm north of Kingsfisher. We take a look at the radar. We can see the beloved couplet. We're looking at both of these currently for the potential to be tornadic cells. Let's go ahead and look at the storm relative velocity. Man, do we have any cameras around here? Traffic
I don't
cameras?
see any.
Okay. Storm relative velocity shows the couplets as well. We're going to keep a close eye on this because both of these has the potential to be our first tornadic supercells. These are both considerable. Sorry, one of them considerable. The one up here, south of Marshall, moving into Orlando, Oklahoma. This one's a considerable.
Oh, you need to see this.
Let's
Go
take a
to the
look.
Kingfisher and click on his cloud thing so you can see his cloud cover.
Oh, yeah. That's pretty ominous.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
That cloud base is very low to the ground.
Yeah. It almost looks like it's touching the ground.
Looks like pretty close. You
He's
could really...
not saying anything.
Yeah. If you wanted to, you could take that out of context and go, a tornado, tornado, it's a tornado. Do I get audio on your thing over here? Let's see. Oh, no, I just get an echo of myself. That's not kind. Let's mute that. He's looking at that storm north of Kingfisher, sorry. He's going back up and go the other way now. All right, we're going to take a look at our computer models because they finally loaded. Let's take a look at tomorrow as our line of little isolated cells here. Moves through Illinois, Missouri, Iowa. Pretty rough looking cells, but they'll be out of your way in no time. And then Friday, big, possibly big tornado day. Possibly. We don't have the outlooks for that yet. This is how our setup's gonna look. Okay, massive line of supercells are gonna just roll their way on through the continental United States Friday night. And you can kind of see the curvature of this low pressure system they're coming off of. Huge cold front here. Just gonna make its way through. Take a look at our surface-based cape. That is convective available potential energy. It won't load, of course. Maybe we'll look at that in another 15 minutes when it finally decides that it wants to load.
So what kind of temperatures do we have in these areas? Have you checked the temperatures?
I have not checked them at scale. You can look at your meters if you want to.
I forgot how to do that.
Hamburger menu on the left that we were looking at before. Meters. You can click on temperature and click on North America. Then when you click out of that, you'll be able to see the temperatures. Those are from weather observation stations. We're also looking at this little cell. And okay, we're actually... Okay, things are getting pretty active.
Really? That's good.
We're also looking at this little guy. For the potential. That's bad radar coverage there. Here we go. I like that better. Look
Which
at
one
this
are you
guy
looking at?
for a potential tornadic activity. Look down here. Outside the warning box is an area for potential rotation. That said warning box is now getting trimmed back as we speak.
What town are you looking at?
I'm just north of it looking down in the Bears.
Marland, Oklahoma. That little weird looking polygon.
Marlin. I see a Marietta. I don't see a Marlin.
We've got a couple storm chasers heading right into the storm. So they're going to get data and insights as we take a look at that.
Yeah, they've got some dark clouds. The Kingfisher has the dark clouds. He's heading right into that.
Yeah.
Oh, Whiteman and very, very heavy heat. Pawnee County. Corey Gherkin. Have you seen that?
I have not yet. National Weather Service can't decide what it wants to do with these polygons over here. I don't... These are interesting rotation couplets that are... None of them are getting tornado possible tags from the National Weather Service. Honestly, quite surprising.
The
In my
cloud
opinion.
stuff is just not as deep as it should be for tornadoes. It's one thing.
We're
Have you
not...
noticed?
Yeah, we're really not seeing lowering. The rotation couplet here on this storm south of Marshall appears to be gone. The storm seems to have imploded on itself. I'm looking at this one over here, south of Dover, north of Kingfisher. It's kind of sandwiched in between there. That's an interesting look. Both regular velocity and storm relative velocity. Could be a tornado producing supercell moving forward. Let's take a look at our big line of storms. We have Boeing over here. The top part of this line's trying to get out ahead. So that's interesting. We're gonna keep an eye on that. I want to put some noise reduction on my microphone. See if that.
I don't hear noise from this end over here.
I can kind of
think it's
see it
clear.
coming up in the thing. Does that make me sound any better, guys?
Sounds clear to me.
Yeah. I'll monitor myself and see if I can see the difference.
I'm looking at this lower temperatures over here in Missouri. Lebanon 68, Clinton 68.
Yeah.
Usually for tornadoes and stuff like that, you need a little bit warmer temperatures. You see, like down in Hobart, you got 81, 79, 83. So you have more potential, I would think, there than you would with in the 60s.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you think?
Yeah. I think this noise suppression. Well,
It kind of takes my quality down a little bit. I don't know if I like that. Oh, that's better.
It was good to start
On,
with.
off. Yeah, I like this one better. Okay, we'll see if that does us any good for noise suppression.
I'm looking for some more of this crazy cloud stuff.
Crazy cloud stuff. I'm gonna I need
You
to
know, where the clouds look
I know. I need to
really
keep a
like
running list of the funny things we say and then like make it into graphics that I can use.
yeah.
Let's start that now. Let's make a notepad.
Crazy cloud stuff. Well, you can sometimes just look at the clouds and tell that it's going to develop into something or possibly develop into something.
Yeah.
Like right
Even
now, I'm looking at Brandon and he's just in a bunch of rain. There's no cloud stuff.
yeah. And I'm currently looking at a bunch of Chinese text right now. That's amazing.
Oh, wow.
Crazy cloud stuff. Yeah, we're keeping a running list.
Now, there's some dark clouds development looking stuff over here in Pawnee County with Corey Griffin.
Yeah.
So, you know, yeah, see.
People have videoed the shuttle launch and we're starting to get those in. See if I can find one to throw up for you guys in a second.
And they still got the dark row of clouds across there from the Kingfisher, Oklahoma,
Yeah.
but nothing coming close to the ground and trying to develop into anything. And that's where I think sometimes the warmer weather comes in too. And it's 78 near where he's at.
Yeah.
78, 79. If it was in the 85s and 89, he'd stand better chance of it developing into a storm, I would think.
Oh, that's loud. These videos are so loud when I start playing them. It's like uncanny. Here's a video. Here's a view of the liftoff from an aeroplane.
Oh, really?
See if we can get that pulled up. Here we go. You can see the rocket going up.
Wow. From the airplane.
Yep. It's pretty
Wow.
cool. Okay, I will give it to you. I'll be back in a few moments.
Okay. Well, people, we don't have a lot of new stuff to report. Looks like the same old stuff for right now. We're constantly checking on some of the cameras and the pictures and the videos and the temperatures and the wind, whatever, wind speeds and everything. But it looks like everything's about the same. We don't have really any new changes in the last few minutes. Looks like the lowest hanging clouds with possible development is the Kingfisher area. I think he said Perry area. Looking at pictures now that he's pulled up, he's got his camera on, but it's nothing developing. The clouds make you think it's a possibility. Town Haskell has a 50% chance of tornado expiring in 5 hours. Got a tornado watch. It's not giving me a lot of information on that. It's not really in the tornado watch zone. It's just kind of there. Let's see what we've got here. Severe thunderstorm warnings, tornado watch expires in 5 hours. And this is in Corral. And we have hail that's 0.88 centimeters or whatever. Says the thunderstorms are expiring in 30 minutes. Tornado watch in 5 hours. So they're keeping the tornado watch out just in case, which is a good thing for everybody, you know. Because if they just deleted it totally and then you had no way of knowing anything was coming when it did come, it would be rougher on everybody. So it's best that they keep it open as long as they can, just in case. Gives them the ability to give you more coverage and everything from there, from that point of view. Looks like the temperatures are remaining about the same. So in the areas where they've got the more rain coverage and the more wind, it's possible the temperatures will start to drop, especially as it, you know, gets later in the evening. But for right now, they seem to be staying about the same. I don't see any differences, any changes, big changes in any way. Hopefully we'll get a new report in the next few minutes and, you know, can be able to see if there are a few changes. Oh, we just got some kind of circulation here. Let's see what we've got. Just checking out, just seems to be mainly a lot of hard rain. See anything that can looks like it's turning into anything right offhand. Does look like we're getting some updates coming in, but they're not totally in yet. So looks like the temperature might be dropping in a few areas, probably where the heaviest rain is. Looks like it's dropping down to 66, 67, 64, 61, where it was 70 or 80. So I'm thinking the rain is cooling things off, not necessarily making anything for a heavier storm other than what's already there, which is a good thing, I guess. Checking Harrisonville, got a temperature of 64. Says tornado watch is still in effect for 6 hours and the flood watch is in effect for 18 hours. So I'm assuming they're expecting a lot of rain right in there. Tornado possible 40%, wind 40%, combined 70%, 40% hail. So Oklahoma. Looks like it's clear for right now. No rain, no rainfall. Clouds are moving around, but nothing special yet. Burbank and Osage County has a little bit of cloud cover that looks like it could develop into something. Looks like heavy rain. Gonna keep an eye on that. See if we can zoom in on that and find out any more information on that.